What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Boring Ballin'. Today, we are going to talk about the 5 most important questions after 3 days of free agency. It has been everywhere. Like, from 6:01, this man Shams said that Lonzo was going to the Bulls. And that's actually going to be the first team we talk about. We're not going to talk about the whole team. We'll talk about them towards the end. But right now, the first question we have is, what are the Bulls going to do with Lauri Markkanen? What's the play? Is it a sign and trade? Are we just going to let him walk? Right now, he's a restricted free agent. He's only 24 years old, and he's a 7-foot sniper. What are we going to do? We can't just let that man walk. That's too much talent to just let walk. I would prefer them to make a sign and trade. What would be the best fits for him? The Spurs, the Hornets. The best sign and trade I could see for them would be like a Lauri Markkanen for Miles Turner swap, or Miles Turner and some stuff. Who knows? That would be a great fit for him. Next to Sabonis, they would have a nice European tall backcourt. Front court, I mean. It'll be very nice for them. That'd be a nice switch up. But if the Bulls do get rid of Lauri Markkanen, then what do they do with their front court? This is a big question for the Bulls, and why I started this episode with that question. Because, all right, we get rid of Lauri Markkanen. What does our bench look like? Right now, well, last year, the Bulls liked to run Paul at the 4, which I think is a good decision because he's locked down. He's locked down everywhere. But when you have a guy like Vucevic, who's not known to be a rim protector, you're going to need some bench players that are going to protect the rim. That's why I think a Lauri Markkanen for Miles Turner swap makes everybody happy. They get another big. The Pacers finally get rid of Miles Turner. So I think that trade can make everybody happy. Now, overall for the Bulls this offseason, they just took W after W after W. Lonzo, Caruso, DeRozan, you're gonna have a really good squad next year. Like a really, really nice squad next year. 4 seed? 3 seed? They'll be in the playoffs for sure. Playoffs for sure. Is that a big 4? Is Vucevic like a big 4? I guess it's like a mini big 4. Because like none of them are super duper stars, but like they're all really high level stars. And we've already seen what Billy Donovan could do with 3-guard lineups. It's honestly all just going to be on the defensive end. What are they going to do about the defensive end? If they can figure that out, they'll be golden. All right, real quick in the comments, let me know what seed you guys think they're going to be. Personally, I think they're going to be a 4 seed. Like the teams that are definitely for sure going to be better than them, the Bucks, the Heat will most likely be, and the Nets. Sixers, we're going to talk about that later, but are they going to be better than them? Yeah, they were the 1 seed last year, but a lot has changed since last year. A lot has changed. So we will see how that works out. Personally, like I said, 4 seed, but let me know what you guys think. Also, while you're down there, hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss out on any videos, and join the squad. Let's move on. The next question I have is for the Los Angeles Lakers. What is going to be your closing lineup? Y'all added everybody. It seems like if you were a Laker at one point and you're still in the league, you are now back on the Lakers. Trevor Ariza, Wayne Ellington, Kendrick Nunn was not a Laker, but he's there now. Malik Monk, Carmelo Anthony. They just filled out their whole squad. Dwight Howard, 3rd time back. They filled out their whole squad, and it's going to be a nice fit. Opening, like starting lineup, Dwight will probably start at the 5 like we saw in the bubble, and they'll figure out the rest of that lineup. But closing, when AD is at the 5, what are we going to do? Personally, I don't think Russell Westbrook is part of their closing lineup. Like, of course he's going to play, like he is. But their best closing lineup, I don't think involves him. He's not the greatest shooter. You need a better spot-up shooter if Braun is going to have the ball in his hands in clutch time. And I'm not putting my money on Russ. Personally, I think their best lineup would be Kendrick Nunn, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron, Trevor Ariza, AD. That gives you a lot of switchability. It lets you hide Melo because if we're playing a really good guard, Braun can just guard the guard and we'll hide Melo somewhere else. If we're playing a really good wing, Melo will just be bigger than the guard. And on the bench, they have a lot of malleability. But that closing lineup right there would be their best. With Westbrook on the floor, it would probably have to be Westbrook, Monk, LeBron, Ariza, and AD. That does not sit well with me. And I honestly, it might have to be Melo. Just as we need more offense, I need a better spot-up shooter. Trevor Ariza was a decent spot-up shooter last year, but I want the defense. I need the defense from him. So they're going to have to figure it out. Braun's going to be playing a lot of 2K to figure out these lineups, but the malleability is there. They're going to be ready to go. Any team. We're playing Twin Towers, I got that. We're playing a small ball lineup, I'll put Braun at the center. I don't care. We got everything we need to be ready to go. Wayne Ellington might get a lot of minutes here. He might end up starting for them just because he's such a good defender. We're going to see. The Lakers have a lot of questions, and I can't wait to see how they answer them. Let's hop into the next question. All right, we've reached this point. Yes, Ben Simmons. What's the play? Reports came out today that he is not communicating with nobody over there. Not Daryl Morey, Joel Embiid. I don't care who's over there. I'm not messing with y'all. Rich Paul, talk to them for me. It's reported that he wouldn't mind going to the Warriors. Now, the Sixers aren't going to just be like, oh, you want to go to the Warriors? Okay, all right. It's okay, bye. No. Like, you see what Daryl Morey's asking for. At least 4, probably 3 first-round draft picks. Warriors do have that now. So if they wanted to do it, they could do it. They should have done it pre-draft, honestly. But that's up to them. It's going to be a tough road for the Sixers at the beginning of this year. Because I honestly do not see Ben Simmons getting traded this offseason. Like, for what he's asking, or for what Daryl Morey's asking for, who's sending them that? And I'm not just going to send you off because you're not happy. So this year, start of the year might be a little bit rocky. And once it gets rocky, they'll be like, okay, we can't do this anymore. Let's move one of these guys. I'm still on the trade Embiid train because the knees, he's going to give out any day now. So trading Ben Simmons, you're going to end up back in the lottery in 5 years. Easily. So that is a big, big question. The only trade I see that's like, okay, we get stuff back for the Sixers is with the Kings. Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley, and picks. And Davion Mitchell. That would be the best fit for Ben Simmons. The 76ers would get the most assets. It's a win-win on both sides, but I just don't see... I don't know if that's going to be enough for Daryl Morey, honestly. It might not. This is going to be a very interesting play-out. Very, very interesting. The next question I have is about another player that very well could be traded. I did a video on some trade possibilities for Pascal Siakam about a week ago. After this video, you can go check that out and see some of those possibilities. But all signs have been pointing towards him being traded, which is why we're talking about that now. Drafting Scotty Barnes, he basically plays the same position as this man. So what are y'all just going to run Siakam at the 5? I don't think that's the long-term play. Is Siakam's value ever going to be better than it is right now? I don't think so. He's 27. Like, he's a really good player. Can he really get any much better? Like, genuinely, can he really get, maybe he could get a better shot? But he's already the player who he is. So if you want to get the most value out of him, trading him right now would be the best option. Teams are running out of cap space, but they got enough players and assets to where they can match the salaries, throw in some future firsts, and make Masai Ujiri happy with his return on Pascal Siakam. So, do I think he will be traded? Yes. But I think they'll play it out through the season. After they see it doesn't work really, and Scotty Barnes picks up enough stuff from Pascal, they'll end up shipping him, more than likely. Kings, Spurs, Magic? Now, the last question I have is for a player that be playing straight games. Him and his wife. Brad Beal. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to go to a super team? Do you want to stay in Washington? Like, we don't care if you want to stay in Washington, but just stop pouting and stop looking all sad. Like, if that's where you want to be, just make it better. They have started, though. I'm going to just list all the players that they have gotten. The Spencer Dinwiddie trade was a lot, but they got him. Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, KCP, Aaron Holiday. They drafted Isaiah Todd. They have made a lot of moves. Aaron Holiday is the sleeper out of that group. Had to give him a double shout out. Personally, Spencer Dinwiddie, that's a knockout of the park for me. That is I called that a couple weeks ago, honestly. Spencer Dinwiddie and Bradley Beal together, oh, that's going to be dynamic. But what does that mean for Beal? Is that enough to get him to stay? Personally, in my eyes, this is just me seeing Bradley Beal play from the University of Florida. I genuinely don't think that he ever thought in his mind that he would be a max type player. Ever. So, like, 35 plus million is a lot of money. Yeah, you're not the happiest. Yeah, you're not winning the most games or competing for a championship, but my family is more important, honestly. And 35 mil can help not only my family, my grandkids, they kids. Like, we're going to be able to set up generational wealth. Is winning a championship more important than generational wealth? In my eyes, no. So I don't blame Bradley Beal if he wants to stay in Washington. At least have a somewhat competing team, so I'm not out here just slitting my wrists on the bench. Like, this last question could go either way. I personally think he's going to end up staying there. It's a nice city. Like, outside of everything else, it's a really nice city. He was drafted there. They believed in him. He developed there. He started his family there. You got to pick up and move all the way across literally, he would have to move all the way across the country if he went to Golden State. And, like, people don't think about that. These guys are people, too. Yes, they're amazing, superhuman athletes, but they're also humans, just like us. So think about that the next time you're judging a player, talking about a player. Well, that has been all for today. Again, this is Born Ballin'. If you've been Born Ballin', why aren't you subscribed? You was Born Ballin', right? So come on, join the squad. Hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Follow me on Twitter at born_ballin_. My personal Twitter is at CHEEZ_0 because they call me Cheese. And until next time, it's deuces and love.